You hit me up today. Said you're facing 8 years. Me and Will were right here. Basically, Drew, this is whatever the fuck you want to talk about. I know you've listened to some of the previous ones, so if you want to get into the battle for kids and divorce and all that, we're with you on that. If you want to get into anything else, it doesn't matter. I really, first off, just want to know what it is you're facing, why you're facing it, and we will go from there. I'm going to let you just take the reins on this, and we'll jump in where we can, man.
For sure. Well, shit, yeah, I really wanted to be on that first one because, you know, that was the topic right there. When that played, I was like, oh, I'm going to fall back. But, yeah, man, basically, shit, my ex-wife, I guess, now is the ex-wife. Well, I was with her for a lifetime, damn near. Everybody knows that knows us from Germany and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, well, shit, what fucking happened was, I guess she got too attached and everything, but she fucked up in her way, and I ain't got to put her on full blast on everything that she did, you know what I'm saying? We all have our fucking issues. But we ended up separating, you know what I'm saying? We were separated for like 7 fucking years, but, you know, it's still your best friend and shit, so you stay with him and shit, you know what I'm saying? You stay, like, holding it down for each other. And while we were separated, fucking, I ended up finding somebody else who I played it play by play. Like the day I met the new girl, I called her and was like, yo, I met somebody, we ain't together, you all the way the fuck up there in a whole nother part of the state and like a whole nother state and shit. I'm all the way the fuck down here, like you straight, right? Like we good, we not together, it's good if I holler. She's like, yeah, it's cool, as long as you stay around for your kids. I'm like, all right, cool. So I end up pursuing this with Shawty and I end up with 2 kids with her. Well, I guess having the kids ended up fucking driving her over the edge, and she tripped the fuck out. And her jealous intentions ended up being to set me the fuck up, like literally set me the fuck up. She came back down here, took my house, took my fucking studio, took my everything, and called me.
Wait. You're talking about the new one, or you're talking about
the old one? Yeah.
Hey, homie, quick question for you. So you didn't keep her abreast about your relationship and having the kids and all that, right? That was all.
Yeah, I told her everything, like step by step. Like the day before I even slept with the new girl, I told her, I was like, yo, I'm thinking about doing this with Shawty, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been together, like we've been talking to each other for a couple of weeks. Like you straight, like I made sure, like step by step, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, yeah, she was with me with everything. She was like, yeah, that's cool, it's all gravy. She was like, I never want to. She's like, I just want you to still be in life, period, even though we're not together. I'm like, okay.
But hey, dog, I got.
Hold on.
What did
real fast?
What legally did you have between your ex? Did you guys have any?
Hold on. Before you get into any of that, Will, I want to tell you this real fast. So, all right, and like I said, this is like a rush episode, because I want to make sure we get this before anything happens to Andrew. This girl, I know personally. She was part of our crew in Germany. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. She was part of the people that was always around. This girl was.
So she was down.
Kicking it with us.
I got you.
Yes,
I got you. Yeah.
She was kicking it with us all the time. She was in
the loop. I got you.
Yeah. Like this girl, like, and this is my love for Andrew, and this is why I wanted to make sure we got him on one of these episodes. We can get him on more after this, should something happen and he doesn't have to go away.
Yeah.
But. Like, so at one point he posted on Facebook, hey, anybody who claims to be my friend that has this girl on their friends list, if you want to continue to associate with me,
delete.
She will be gone. I shit you not. As soon as I saw it, as soon as I read it, as much as I love the girl because we were friends, we were cool, but as soon as I saw it, I said, fuck that. This is my brother.
Man code.
You're out. You're gone. You are gone. Like how we had G14 in Japan. Me, Andrew, Robert, Nick, fucking Rios, Adrian, Kenny. Like we had a massive group of people. It was either you were either Lonstool or you were 4 points. And we were all 4 points. And it is what it is on that. Like, we were all fucking brothers. We were always down for each other. We did whatever the fuck anybody needed us to do. So I just wanted to point that out. Like, I know this girl that he's talking about.
With it. I'm with it. Well, here's my question, though. Like, she came down and took your house, just started this her whole fucking routine. Let me ask you this, though, bro. On the front side, what legally did you have I'm saying contract. What did you have a marriage certificate?
She wouldn't give me a divorce. Yeah, we were married, but she wouldn't give me a divorce. She was like, nah. Fuck. She was like, damn that, we're not getting divorced. Like, you're gonna say, because she wanted to use the benefits for the kids. Like, she's one of those. She's on benefits of everything. Like, she has SSI on my daughter. Like, it's everything. She's and I don't have nothing, bro. Like, I don't use none of that. I've always hustled and made sure I got money. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it was So when she came down, this is the fucked up part. When she came down, like when I went up there, because she was like, I need to get out of here, because she was in a bad situation where she was at. She called me and said she needed to get the fuck out of there. And I was like, you know what, man? Like, shit's not going too good between me and the new girl and all that, but it's still, you know what I'm saying? She stays with me in my house. So if you're going to come down here, you cannot cause any problems. I was like, before I even come up there and help you or anything, you cannot cause any problems. And that was our promise. I said this like the whole way up there and the whole way back down. I drove the damn U-Haul. I packed up all her stuff, everything. She promised the whole way down here. I got her a whole nother house, bro, across the town. I bought her a whole nother house, her own house.
Damn.
Yeah, moved her in there and shit. I moved her in there. She didn't pay the bills and she fucked the house up and everything. So she was like, me and the kids don't have nowhere to stay. Now, me being the person who cares about my
Homie, real quick, how many kids? How many kids did you have with your
4?
Wow.
Yeah. I cut for them from the day they were born,
homie,
bro.
What were the ages? What was the age gap?
Shit, they were at that age. I think it was 10, 9, 8, and 6.
Wow, homie. Wow.
Yeah. They've been and this is why I had to get them on, and this is why it's so fucked up to me too. Is like, we're not talking about toddlers. You know what I mean? Like, they have kids, like fucking damn near middle school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but homie, hey Drew,
real life.
So y'all never got a divorce. You never got a divorce. So technically, you still had all legal rights and actually physical rights to your 4 children, right?
Yep.
How long? What was the distance when you said you moved her back in? What distance were y'all apart? You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I was in Texas and she was way up there by New York.
Holy shit!
And I went all the way the fuck up there and drove all the way back down.
Damn, son.
Drove them all the way back down, bro.
Holy
like, I drove.
Shit.
I had to stay the fuck awake the whole drive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then to get down here, and she did that. She fucked the whole house up. Like, she didn't pay the rent. The electricity was out. It got to the point where they got kicked out of this shit. Like, she did it all on purpose.
Homie, did she ever have a job? Like, has she ever, like, provided for herself?
Like, she does that she'll do that when I'm not around. Like, when I'm not around, she'll have jobs. But as soon as I'm around, she quits her job. And she'll sit there and just look at me. Yeah, exactly. It's all games. Like, I found that out too late because I was so focused on my kids and I had love for her.
So, like, I have to ask, man, like, so with the court shit, like, did the judge look at the fact that you went up there, you got her, you brought her back, you made sure she was taken care of, and then she fucked it off? Like, did the judge
No.
Here in Texas, they don't care. Like, it's all against protecting the female. And she set me up like dirty, dog. She set me up perfectly. Like, she set me up to the point where she moved into the house. Like, she got into my house, right? And when she got into my house, she stayed there the exact amount of time it takes to say that you legally are a resident of this house.
That's funny.
And and then she got my kids to call the cops on me. And she told them, she basically threatened them to tell the story to the cops so that I would be guilty. And she lied to the cops and said that I punched her in the mouth and all of this. Like, she went all the way in, bro.
Yo, homie.
So when the cops got there, they automatically just locked me up. They didn't even ask me no questions.
Is what you're facing, is this a domestic thing or?
Shit, it was the first time was a domestic thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying. It was it was in 2015, bro. This was a domestic thing. You know what I'm saying? And I stayed the fuck away from her.
Drew, break it down. I'm sorry, homie. We jump in a bit, but break it down chronologically, homie. We're listening. But, I mean, I just asked you on the backside, or the front side about so you guys were legally married. still legally married. You had 4 children. She was having a hard time. She said, Drew, I need some help. She knew about your whole situation. You were keeping it kosher. She's up in New York. You go up there. She needed help. You came in, brought her, brought your children, brought them all to Texas on an verbal agreement that, hey, this is how we're going to do things. So take us from there, homie. Take us through the chronological, how things started happening, through the whole thing to where we're at now.
All right. It all started from when she got to the house. She got to the house and realized I had my own house. And not only did I have my own house, but I lived there with the new girl. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have no kids or nothing then. Like, me and the new girl, we didn't have no kids or anything. We was just on some things. Like, I had problems with her, but I was like, fuck it. You stay here with me. You can stay here and be a roommate. We was basically roommates. And then I had my homeboy stayed there also with us. So I had 2 people staying in my house. You know what I'm saying? And when she realized that I had my house and she was way across town, she sabotaged that whole place. And the thing was, she left it where it was like, the kids aren't going to have nowhere to live. I said, you know what? The kids can stay with me, but you can't. And she was like, well, just give me a couple of weeks and then I'll go back up to Maryland or I'll find something to do. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Because this was around Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, cool, stay for Christmas and New Year's, but on the New Year, you got to be out of here. Bruh, she got in there and she did not leave. Like, she started fights with the new girl. At the moment she stepped in that house, she started beefing. Like, she started scrapping with the new girl. She started yelling, cussing, like breaking shit, everything.
What's the age difference? What's the age difference between you and your wife and you and your lady?
Him and his wife are like the same fucking age.
Like 1 year at the maximum. Yeah, 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Say 11 months, basically.
Right.
Are the difference between us, but the new girl, it's like damn near 6-8 year difference. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the craziest thing is, the only problem she has is because the new girl is white. Yeah.
And see, like I said, Will, I know this girl.
No, I want to say she's jealous though, dog. It's about attention.
Yeah. No. That's it like all fueled on. That's
because
exactly
I mean, I don't know if I can say this, but I can say this because she probably won't hear it anyways. But either way, like, Drew's always done his thing. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But she was always down. Always.
No.
She knew what was going on. She's always been down. And she's always been that woman that was like, this is my fucking man. He might step out to do this once with this girl one time, but at the end of the day, he's mine.
No.
She'd be like, I'll step out with him. That's her thing. She'd be like, I'll step out with him with a girl.
Yeah. She would go out with him. Yeah.
So she's a soldier. She was a soldier at one point. She was a soldier at one point. But dog, time out.
But
let's hit the
when they got the separation is when she turned completely around and was like, okay, he's not gonna fucking include me in all this. Now I'm going to go to war to see what I can do. That's what it seems like now.
She went to war because she saw Drew had his whole thing set up. And then, like you said, Drew, apparently
everything was perfect. Everything was good. When I got her out of life, I got my whole life together, bro.
But here's the only catch, though, bro. It was not – there was no paper documentation, right? So how long had y'all separated? Why did y'all separate, right? Why? And then why
we were separated because she was unfaithful. You know what I'm saying? And like we have a thing about honesty. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I don't give a fuck what you do as long as you don't lie to me. She lied. And she lied so bad, it was like it happened like 2 times with fucking work friends.
Oh, fuck.
You know what I'm saying? I even rode in the backseat of the car of one of the guys knowing that they were fucking with each other.
Oh,
wow.
Hell no.
Yeah, that's how I am. I just be like, fuck it. I know what you're doing. Do your thing. I'm here for my kids.
Right. But when she decided to leave and go up to New York or whatever, that whole separation, right, that it never took place on paper. It was all verbal. It was all a verbal agreement. Now, what was man, that's some shit. So the separation occurred. Obviously, it was verbal. Y'all agreed verbally, nothing in writing. Y'all did you want to get a divorce, man? And you just didn't hesitate?
Yeah, I wanted to get a divorce from like the jump because I was like, fuck this. I was like, we're separated. We're going to have to like, you know what I'm saying? Because my whole thing is I don't fuck with the system because I don't trust him. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So I was like, I was like, I don't trust him for shit. So I was like, fuck it. I was like, she was like, hey, I know I fucked up your life. That was the main reason that she had went up there. She was like, I fucked up your life. I'm going to give you space, and I'm going to try to get myself. I need to find myself because she knew that she had been going crazy. So she went up there, and I was like, cool. And I got my life together, bro. I'm talking about I had a studio, I had a house, I had everything that I had wanted. Right. I had a car, I had everything, bro. And she came back down, and that shit fucked her head up. And it was with
me and Drew, we have a fucking killer song together. I got to get a hold of it again. I'll put it back up on Facebook, and I'll start stressing to anybody I can. The Mellow Mind music, buying your album, all that, try to help you out.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, she stole everything, bro. She stole every song I've ever made. She stole it.
He's on the same wavelength that me and you are, Will. You know what I'm saying? Like
I could tell already, man. Like homie's a homie, man. But Drew, I got this one for you, man. So you wanted to get an actual divorce on paper. Let's end this shit official. You decided not to because she pleaded with you. Hey, I'm getting all these benefits with the children. So obviously she kept the children too when she did the separation. Y'all agreed upon that too, right?
The blunt way she said it was, "You ain't leaving me, nigga." she was like, I ain't never letting you go. Like, even though we weren't together, she was like, I ain't never letting you go. She was like, I'll kill your ass before you leave me.
Fuck,
and
bro.
You know how you just take that as, oh man, that's what's up. At least you cut for me. No, she was serious.
Oh, yeah.
She was dead ass serious on that shit.
Obviously, though, she had this plot all together, bro. Even though she said, I want to give you some space, it was still in the back of her mind. I'm gonna fuck Drew up.
I found that out later. She had all of this planned. Like, before with the whole drive down, she knew what she was gonna do. Like, she knew she was gonna do this shit. Because the minute she stepped in that house, she did it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And she did it thoroughly. Like, she outsmarted the shit out of me. That's where I fucked up, because I was lost thinking, yo, this my girl, my homegirl from way back. We good either together or not together. We got kids. We gonna make sure we do the right thing for these kids. Nah, she wasn't on that shit.
No, none of these.
She was like, I'm gonna get you back. You know what I'm saying? When I'm thinking she's like, we're good, she's thinking, I'm going to get you back. And when she realized I didn't want her back, that was it. It was like, all right, then you an enemy. And she attacked.
That's exactly what happened. So she comes back. So she comes back into the house. Well, you allow her, bro, back into your space. You think everything's going to be kosher because she's been ride or die for, she's been ride or die for a good minute.
For life.
Right.
Yeah, we were raised together.
But what you didn't know was that she's in die mode.
I met them in 10th grade.
She's in Drew die mode right now. She's like, Drew has to die, and it's some vindictive evil shit right now, man. And it doesn't matter about you. She don't give a shit about you right now. For her, internally, the more you suffer, bro, there's inside of her, it's like, I'm winning. Fuck up everything about Drew, his whole shit, fuck him up, and then turn around and tell the kids on some, see what your daddy did, your dad. That's the whole MO, bro. You know what? She ain't gonna win. Long story, because your kids your kids are going to see it. They're going to grow up and say, wow, my mom did this to my dad. Or they're seeing it right now.
And that's what everybody's been saying from day one. You just wait, the kids are going to see what she's doing.
They're seeing it right now.
I am so close. Like, I'm so close to this situation that it hurts me to watch this happening.
Right, because we were supposed to be forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, we were tripping our balls off in my house.
Yeah.
Or we might have been rolling. I don't know.
You said a lot.
We were all. There were several nights, but like I remember us at one point, like we were talking about, and she brought it up, like all of us living together in the same place and doing shit together and being a family and sticking with each other and blah blah blah, and like when I found out all this had started going on,
all that shit's out the window now, man. Drew is under fire right now.
I want to grab her and say, like, hey,
what the fuck are you doing?
She's not thinking. She's not thinking. This is women in insanity and power trip right now, man. Insanity.
Well, the thing is, she did the laws and shit, I saw it in her eyes. I literally saw her snap. Like, you know, when the head cocks, like it does a little tick. I see it. Because she asked me, she was like, do we ever have a chance? I was like, yo, the shit that you done. I was like, all the things that I done caught her, because in those weeks she did some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I can't never be with you again, like the way that you're doing this shit. And she went. And that was it. From that moment on, it's been war.
So Drew, hold on, homie. So you've brought her down, you brought the kids down, all to your place. You thought things were gonna be kosher. She comes to your house, you feel the friction, and you're like, you know what? The best thing is get her own place. So you get her own place, man. You paying out of your pocket.
This was before she even came down. I already had the place before she even came down here. I made sure she had a house and everything. So when she came down, she already had a place.
G move. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So here you go, manning up like a super G, handling the situation. You have her, gosh, man, that's a G move, man move. You have her all set up. She comes down. You have her own place set up. She finds her way back into the middle of your domain, She gets back into your castle, the king's castle, and now it's like guns loaded. And now take us there, man, step by step, all the shit that started happening.
Well, shit.
Yeah, like what? What is it?
Okay, my laptop ends up in the water. My car gets stolen, sold, whatever the hell happens. She sets it up like somebody broke into my house, and my brother caught her hiding behind the door. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, don't tell him. She was the one that did everything. She was trying to make it like somebody was fucking with me when it was her doing it the whole time.
So
literally, it went down, bro. Like, I'm telling you, it went down. She was setting shirts up in the house to shit to make it look like the new girl was cheating on me. Like, it was games, bro. It was crazy, bro. I'm telling you, this shit was bananas. And finally when it came to that moment when she asked me that question, it was not like 3 days later that she set me up and called the laws and did all that shit. It was like she got her answer, like, okay, if I'm never going to be around, and she took the house, she took everything I owned in it. Like, the cops, she got a protective order and said that I abused my kids. Like, she said all of this shit, bro. And, yeah,
bro, time out. Okay, Coco. So that was a lot, Drew. Let's hit the pause button, bro. So she starts playing all these fucking games. Obviously, you're wind of it. Your brother's like, yo, obviously telling you, and it's all clicking. You're like, oh, shit, she's on crazy level 200 right now. And you're like, fuck, this woman that you thought was ride or die, it just wants to make Drew die right now. And you're like, shit, the castle is under siege right now, man. Okay, she's planning the games. At what point, man, like, did you ever confront her with the games, man? What was her response to the games?
It was New Year's. Like, I damn near blacked out because it went too fucking far. Like, it was like, I remember this distinctly. It was 5 seconds after the countdown. We all said, Happy New Year. The kids outside playing with firecrackers and everything. And then all of a sudden I hear shit breaking in my house. I go inside. She's literally dragging the new bitch across the fucking floor. She's diving on her. Like, this shit was thrown, bro. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And she was like, I'm sick of this bitch. She's going wild. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I had the conversation when I was like, yo, you fucking flipping your wig. Like, all this shit you've been doing, I've been letting it slide by, but you done went too fucking far. It's the New Year's now. You need to get the fuck out. And she was like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And I was like, that's for you to figure out. You had everything and you fucked it all up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you fucked me and you up. You fucked the shit at your house up. You fucked up the shit up there with your parents. You fucked it all up. Like, I didn't have nothing to do with any of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's when she did that little tick. You know what I'm saying? And 3 days later, all of a sudden, I was out of that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was fucking insane.
It was all out war.
It was a week later. I'm lying. It was a week later because that's when I found out that the new girl was pregnant. We didn't even know. Like, I found, like, the new girl had been sick and shit, and she went to the doctor and shit. You know what I'm saying? Craziest thing. Krista, like, you know what I'm saying? She had been saying this shit from the day that she got down here that this bitch is pregnant. She's been saying it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, no, the fuck she isn't. This girl goes to the hospital and finds out she's fucking pregnant. That minute that I found out, I told her. She told me, you knew this the whole time. You set me up. You knew shit. You brought me down here knowing that you were pregnant. Like, I was lying. I was like, yo, I'm not lying. I just literally found out my fucking self. And that's what had made her do the thing. I remember that's what did this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that was the final draw right there because it wasn't like it was a temporary thing with me and this new bitch. Now it's like, you know what I'm saying? This bitch is forever in his life. Yeah.
So,
because she knows me. If I have kids, I'm going to take care of my motherfucking kids. You know what I'm saying? And ain't shit going to stop me.
So, Drew, all out war. So she finds out. Okay, New Year's comes, it's all out war. She finds out your girl is pregnant, and then it's like, wow. She realizes it's like, for her, it's all over, right? So now it's, you know, you see the enemy clearly, and obviously it's just straight up now. The war's happening inside the castle. What happens next, man? What happens next?
I started avoiding. I stayed at my homeboy's crib. Like, this is how it happened. Like, I was gone. I would not stay at the fucking house because I didn't want to deal with it. The shit was too fucking much. You know what I'm saying? So I'm staying at my homeboy's house, like, boom, staying. The day I came back, this is when the shit happened. Like, it went down. She started beating me with a fucking cell phone. You know what I'm saying? So I push her ass off. You know what I'm saying? I grab her by the neck and push her off of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you're fucking tripping, because my studio had got fucking robbed. You know what I'm saying? And this is a crazy thing. I can't say she did it for sure, but you know what I'm saying? To connect to this day, now everybody's like, we know what the fuck happened. Yeah, but all my shit went missing and all this, and I was like, fuck. And I came back and I was like, yo, I need to take the fucking van, I need to take the car, and I need to go to fucking Sam Ash to get new studio equipment. You know what I'm saying? And she's tripping and shit, like, you're not gonna take my fucking vehicle, you're not taking the car. I was like, yo, now it's your car. You know what I'm saying? And she starts beating me with the fucking phone. And I remember I grabbed her by the neck and I pushed her off me. I was like, yo, bitch, you are tripping. Stop fucking hitting me. You know what I'm saying? She goes into this theatrical role where she's like, I was like, yo, I'm not even fucking squeezing on your fucking neck. I was like, yo, stop that. So, so I stand up and shit. I stand up and the keys are on the fucking deep freezer. I grab the keys off the deep freezer. I'm like, yo, I'm going to Sam Ash. I'll be back in like an hour. I ain't got no time for this shit. This bitch chases me all the way outside, chasing me into the fucking van. She's punching me, beating me, boom, 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 in the fucking car. Like, I literally had to push her out the door and close the door and lock it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit was thrown and she's beating on me. I reversed and rolled the fuck out. I rolled out of that motherfucker. And I did just what I said. I rode straight to Sam Ash. I got my new studio equipment. When I got back to the house, the cops were there. And they arrested me automatically. They said that, I abused her and I beat up my kids and I did all they, like, she had a whole story laced out. They told me I couldn't go in the house anymore. They told me that now this was her house. Like, it was crazy. She literally took everything.
When did this happen? When did this happen, dog? What
This was
dates?
2015. In June, I want to say June 15th, 2015.
So wait, is that what you're facing now?
Nope. It got worse. Like, I stayed the fuck away from her. I stayed away. Like, it went to this crazy battle where we had lawyers, and I had to get a whole team of lawyers to file for divorce, and I had to go for custody battle. I had it, like, it was crazy. Like, and the lawyer ended up screwing us over and taking my whole family's money.
Drew, like, before we jump into that, dog, so you come back home, what charges, what were you charged with? Assault?
Domestic violence, and what the fuck was the other shit? Domestic violence, and I don't even remember what the fucking other thing was.
They actually arrested you? Did they actually arrest you?
Yeah, I was in jail. Yeah, I was in jail.
How many days?
Were the kids able to actually, like, testify?
No, she told the kids, it was like, yo, you know your dad's not here. I'm the one that's been around the whole time, so you do what the fuck I say. And she threatened the shit out of kids, so the kids said all of this shit. She had my daughter go testify down there that she saw me beating on her mother and all types of shit. Later on, when I get back with her, my daughter's like, I'm sorry, and she admits herself. She was like, I'm sorry that I lied and did all this shit to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this happened not a year ago. She admits to all of this shit.
It's not your kid's fault, dog. You already know that's not your kid's fault. This happened to my brother-in-law. My mom did this shit to my dad, dog. It's not the kid's fault, man. You already know how that goes, man. I
know. I never even blamed them, not for a second. You know what I'm saying? I was always like, damn, that's fucked up what she's doing. Because to me, I'm like, yo, do you know what you're doing to our kids? Like, this is fucking their head up. Like, you're going to fuck our kids up for life.
She don't care. So, dog, take us from there. You get out, dog. You're arrested. That is on fuck. So it goes to level fucking 20. This bitch had this stuff planned out. So you're arrested. You get out, dog, and obviously you're taking aggressive action at this point. What specifically are you doing after you get out of jail?
When I get out, I'm forced to live with my parents. Like, I have to go live with my parents because they're supposed to watch me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even allowed to be at my own house. She has a restraining order where I can't even come on my own street. You know what I'm saying? Now she owns my house. Now it's her house. All my clothes, my studio equipment, everything. They told me I couldn't have shit. Like, literally, I had nothing. I didn't even have drawers, bro. Like, it was crazy. Like, she took everything I had fucking built in my life.
Another question, like, dog, real quick. Another question. Because y'all are still married now, I understand. She gets all that. What about your fucking money, dog? Your bank accounts.
She had everything. She took it all. She took everything. Oh, they gave her everything, bro.
So
I had nothing, bro.
You literally are a slave to this bitch. She took you're a slave. All right, dog. So you're at your parents' house now. What are the next steps going on?
now I have to depend on my parents and shit. And my parents are like, well, we'll get lawyers and shit. And I don't depend on nobody. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, nah, I'm straight, man. Just let her have it. Just let me do out this sentence and see what the hell, because I have to wait for my actual court. Because I bonded the fuck out, got a team of lawyers, and I bonded out. That's why I had to stay with my parents. You know what I'm saying? Now I have to wait for the actual courts to go through. I have to go through these divorce battles. I have to go through the custody battles. And I have to wait for the arraignment for these charges that she's getting on me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here, I'm like, fuck. I'm sitting here like depressed, suffering and shit. You know what I'm saying? Sitting in my parents' crib like I'm a fucking little kid and shit. You know what I'm saying? Me and my mom's already don't get along. So it's a fucking crazy-ass hostile situation. Well, we end up getting this lawyer and shit, and this motherfucking lawyer, his name is John. Fuck this motherfucker. He robbed my family's whole money, bank account, everything, to the point where my mother was broke. Now my family's looking at me like, oh, you fucking dick. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, her whole bank account her and her parents' whole bank account got robbed by their lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Like, her parents, they still had money, but all the money she had got taken from the lawyers.
This is the fucking system. This dumb bitch triggered this shit, dog. This is what I'm going through right now, dog. You know what I'm saying? This is
why I try to tell everyone, if you can,
keep it out of court.
Work some shit out.
Yeah, don't keep it out of court. Don't keep it out of court. Just keep it out of lawyers. Yeah, but you lose money.
Honestly,
do some civil shit.
Do civil shit. Honestly, the coolest thing, which is very rare, Eric, is the JR homie. That when you have a cool chick like that, which unfortunately us three on the phone right now, we did not run into that scenario. We ran into some crazy ass women where we get stuck in the system. And Eric, I'm glad you didn't have to go to an attorney. I did, and just like our boy Drew here, we end up giving tens of thousands of dollars to these fucking lawyers, these cunts.
Drew, did you wind up having to pay for her lawyers too?
Yeah, they tried to get me, but everybody ended up just dropping the shit because we couldn't pay for the lawyers to continue fighting. That's how it ended up going. It got to the point where nobody had money to pay for the battle anymore.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then when this happens, I'm like, I finally get allowed to go live in my studio because, you know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck it, I own other property. I had 3 houses at the time. She just had my castle. You know what I'm saying? So I go live in my studio and shit, and I'm working and busting my ass. I'm building everything the fuck back up. I'm like, fuck it. I ain't think about her for shit. She starts stalking me. Like, she's driving by the studio yelling, fuck you. She's making crank calls.
This
like,
fucking
she's fucking
crazy
doing
ass bitch.
Exactly. She went the distance, bro. So I couldn't go near her, but she was coming all around me. Like, I would see her everywhere.
She's trying to get you arrested.
What you should have done, because, of course, hindsight's always 20/20, but what you should have done the first time she drove by that studio, and I know how you are, but you should have called the cops and said, hey.
Oh, we did. That's how bad it was. We did. Guess what the cops said? There ain't shit we could do.
Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, that's of course.
No way.
Of course.
We had stacks and stacks of fucking police fucking reports.
Yeah.
I had the numbers and everything. I'm giving them to the lawyers and all this shit. Nobody did shit, bro.
Nope.
I can't go near her, but she can come near me.
Exactly.
Dog,
exactly.
Absolute.
That's exactly how it was.
This is the rule, guys. This is the rule for all of us and for any guys listening to this shit. It's not gonna make sense, but in the society we are, if you're dealing with a crazy ass bitch, the minute she goes crazy and hits you, sets some shit up, I'm gonna threaten you. Restraining order. You have to. It doesn't make it. Yep. You have to do it because if you don't,
it's the race who files first. That's what it is. It's the race to who files first.
That's Joe's not on today, but that's what he told me. Because he knew my baby mom was nuts, and he told me wait for her to do something crazy, and then immediately get out of the situation, call the cops, file your restraining order, start your divorce
immediately.
And that's exactly what happened. I went over to her trailer to put together one of my daughter's Christmas presents. It was a Monster High dollhouse. As I'm putting it together, she asked me if I could give her some money. So I go to the store to bust down 100, and I bring her back 50. As soon as she gets the money in her hand, I didn't know while I was gone, she had questioned my daughter to find out who my girlfriend was. The girl that I'm with, her and my baby mom were friends fucking 8 years ago in high school. You know what I mean? Like 10 years ago in high school. I met the girl I'm with now through my baby mom originally.
Right.
But so as soon as she found out, I didn't realize I'm sitting there tinkering away, putting the shit together. The deadbolt locks, the knob locks, and a fucking 2-foot blade comes out from behind her back.
Kill Bill. Ooh. Kill Eric.
And I'm like, what the fuck? When I tell you, like, I don't put up with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But I was afraid for my life at that moment.
Dude, so
literally, I
the
thought
look in their eyes, right?
Oh, yeah,
the look in their eyes.
The look in her eyes was
Michael Myers and shit.
Yeah. The look in her eyes was, I'm going to cut your fucking head off, and I'm going to make sure that you can't see this bitch. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the 50 other dudes she was fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that I had one.
Yep. And that's exactly how it is.
That's why I'm with you. But I was able, and what's fucked up is when I took off that night, because I managed to get myself out of the situation. Mind you, my daughter's in the other room with her little cousin while this is going on. Like, I'm begging this bitch to let me out of the fucking house.
Right. Mm-hmm.
When I finally got out of the fucking house, I basically just had to rush her, shove her to the ground, and leave.
Yeah.
When I got out, as I'm driving to my cousin's, I'm calling the cops. Where I live, we have to deal with the sheriff. Where she lives, it's the city police. So it's two different people getting involved. Well, sheriff comes out to see me, gets my statement, all that shit, goes back to talk to her, gets that shit. We both, because I was living with my cousin at the time, so we issue a no trespass for her on my cousin's property.
Right.
And then he comes back to issue a no trespass on us for her house. Well, when he comes back to issue that, I wind up in handcuffs because I had a warrant for an unpaid fine from like 4 years before that I didn't even know existed. So this bitch tried to kill me, and I wound up in jail.
You end up in jail, yep. That's our system right there. But that's our good old system at play.
Super underlined to all the brothers listening, any man listening, you find yourself in anything relatively close to this situation. When the bitch gets crazy and physical, do not do what your inside man logic is telling you, which is, you know what, walk away, de-escalate, ignore the shit. You're not going to call the cops. You must call the cops.
You have to.
You have to, like Drew said.
Yeah.
It's a battle to get there because the bitch is going to do it to you. And all men on the phone right now have experienced that, and most men in our situations are going to experience that. So minute she goes crazy, you go to the cops, file restraining order. So Drew, here we are, man. You get out. You went through the battle. You went through a battle, lost a lot of money, man. Your parents are there, but you're like, you know what? I'm starting this back up. I'm an independent guy. I'm going to get my kingdom back. So here you are hustling. She's trying to instigate, get you arrested again with annoying you, coming and instigating. Cops are like, we ain't doing shit because you're a guy, and you know what? You're an abuser and all this bullshit. You're having to deal with it, dog. So take us, continue down. What's happening next, man?
All right, so now I'm to the point where it's like, shit, I ain't seen my kids in fucking forever and shit. I'm like, I got to get something with this damn case going. Like, I'm cussing out my lawyers and shit. I'm like, yo, why haven't I been able to see my kids? Because I ain't seen my kids since the day I got arrested. I'm like, why can't I see my kids?
How long
I finally
a period?
get granted.
How long a period, dog?
Shit, I want to say it was like 7 to 8 months. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit!
That I had,
they gave you no visitation. They gave you no visitation.
None. I didn't get to see none up until finally that point, 7 to 8 months. I finally got granted a partial visitation as long as my parents were around. You know what I'm saying? In which I had to go all the way out. Yeah, so now I have to go all the way out to my parents' crib, which is like they're outside of the city. So I have to go all the way out to my parents' house just to see my kids now. And then I get dropped back off at the studio.
The 7 months, they're ordering you to pay child support, right?
Yeah, they ordered me to do that shit and everything and all that bullshit. And I was like, man, this is some bullshit. I was like, how the fuck I'm going to be paying her? And she stole my whole life. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, fuck it. I had to end up going through the crap. But I'm sitting here. My thing is, I'm in the hood, so I don't fuck with the laws. Like, I literally do not fuck with them because everything I've seen about them is bad.
That's what I was saying. I know where you're coming from. I know how you are, but
I should have called them motherfucking laws.
At the same time,
it's a game. You know,
like
dog.
In this situation, like, okay, if somebody breaks into your house, shoot them in the fucking face. You know what I'm saying?
But we deal with this shit. We got street justice. We'll handle that ourselves.
Yeah. But if there is a broad who's fucking with you and your children,
no.
And
the only way is in the court.
That is one thing that all men need to understand. I don't care if you're black, white, brown, yellow, purple, or orange. If it comes down to a child situation, do not be afraid to call the fucking cops. My baby mom talks shit to me all the time. My baby mom calls me a snitch, all kinds of shit, because I went to the cops to make sure that I got rights for my fucking daughter.
Right, but if it would have been vice versa, they wouldn't be saying shit back.
She wouldn't have said shit. I would have been fucked, and I wouldn't have been able to see my kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been, look what you did. Look what you did. I need to
stress that to all men. All men.
Yeah,
don't be afraid to call the
hood
cops.
Person that understands all of the we do not fuck with the laws. I should have called the motherfucking cops. Because by not doing that shit, I fucked my whole life up.
But dog,
I don't even get my kids.
It's so hard because of what you're saying is how we're raised, which is avoid cops by all necessary means. Like you said, how do we handle shit? We handle shit through outside on the street. That's how we handle everything. But this issue is so critical, and the repercussions are so fucking critical. It can crumble your kingdom, take your castle.
Like you don't weigh them out until it happens.
Yeah, and the only thing is you fucking... You now you're a soldier. Now you're a soldier backstepping, trying to rebuild like Andrew right here. Rebuild your fucking castle. But guess what? You're fucking moonwalking backwards because the bitch is on you nonstop. So here we are, Andrew. 7 months. You had no rights to your children, ordered to pay fucking child support. Finally, you get visitation at your parents' house, limited. You're waiting for this main fucking court case for everything to go down, right? So, homie, take us down. What's going on still? That 7 month period.
So I'm getting to see my kids, but I'm so fucking down and depressed from everything that happened that I can't even enjoy being around my fucking kids. But I'm trying my hardest. I'm taking them to every place that we can, laser tag, you know what I'm saying, putt, golf, like anything I can do to spend time with my kids. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, like life just took a whole different turn. My parents ended up turning on me because they want the kids. So I ended up not even being because you know my relationship. What? Yeah, you know my relationship with them. So they end up, now I'm fighting her and I'm fighting my parents because they're mad because the money's gone, even though I told them not to get the lawyers and fight her. But they have their own personal battle. They hate her so much that they're mad at me that I'm not suing or setting her up and doing the things she did to me. You know what I'm saying? So now they see me, they're like, well, fuck it. If you're not going to do these things to her, then don't come around us. And I'm like, well, how the fuck am I going to see my kids? You know what I'm saying?
Wait. So basically, the state of Texas basically gave the rights to your parents.
No, the rights were to her, to my baby mama.
But as far as your visitation,
they had the visitation rights, basically, So it got to the point where for weeks they were just seeing the kids. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the court's concerned, I was there seeing them with them, but I wasn't.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm flipping out even harder. Now I'm sitting here secluding myself in the fucking studio. Like, I don't even want to leave the studio because I go outside and this bitch is here riding by, stalking around the corner or something. You know what I'm saying?
Dog. Oh, my
God. And literally my kids and her, they stay not a block away. My house was a block away. So every time I step out, I'm just looking to the left like, damn, they're right there and I can't see them. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, dude.
Yeah, so this shit was like fucking murdering my spirit, bro. Like I just started going further and further in depression.
I know you, and I can, like, everybody knows I didn't have any brothers growing up.
No.
So I have a short list of people that I consider actually brothers to me. And you're on that list.
Yeah.
And to know the person that's putting you through this rips me up. Like, I literally want to get a hold of her to try to help you, but at the same time, I want to get a hold of her to say, fuck you.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
The best help is legal, as you know, Eric. Right now, the biggest help we can get Andrew is how to play this fucking this fucking chessboard and help position you, bro. So
I got into that mind state, right? So that's what happened, and this is how the lawyers ended up screwing us over. So that threw me straight out of there.
Hey, fuck the lawyers, real fast. Fuck the lawyers. have you gone to your self-help at your local court? And if
I
not,
went to all of these things. People were telling me because I'm an African-American hood motherfucker, these motherfuckers straight just turn me away. We can't help you. I heard that at least 150 times.
No
we can't help
way.
you. The free motherfuckers, we can't help you. Nobody would help me, bro. Like, literally, nobody helped me.
I hope everyone is listening to this shit right now because this is the reality of America. America taking men, removing men from their position as fathers, removing men from society. This is America. They're talking about KKK. This shit has been going on just as long as KKK. This is a major fucking problem.
Right here inside our system, in our backyard.
And it's still, everyone's talking about how white supremacy, it is a major fucking problem. This goes just as up there with white supremacy.
And honestly, I have to, and this is fine. That's why I wanted Andrew on. Like I said at the beginning, we're going to talk about whatever the fuck he wants to talk about. This is Man's Guide to Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And I know when you text me, you said you wanted to talk about a few things, and this is a great segue into the race thing because of what's going on. Now, I do want to say, y'all both know me.
Mm-hmm.
Will, I know you're white and Iranian.
Right.
And you're a Muslim man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Drew, I know you're black, technically Bahamian.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all know me. I'm not a white person. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see me, I'm white, but I'm not what people consider a white person.
You're not racist, dog. You're not racist. That's all that's coming out. You're a human.
You're a
human fucking being.
I have said some really fucked up shit in my lifetime in front of anybody, and they laugh because y'all know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody knows Eric has no filter. He says what the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
But with what you're talking about and how the system is fucked up against you, and then with what's going on right now at the same time, I look at the Ferguson shit and how quickly people were arrested and taken to jail. And then I look at the Charlottesville shit, and you watch these cops technically, I guess, confronting the white supremacists, white nationalists, alt-right, whatever the fuck you want to call those cousin fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
They are confronting them, but they're basically just walking into them.
Because they see themselves. They see themselves. They see themselves.
Yeah. You see no handcuffs. You see no guns drawn. No tear gas. Nothing.
No tasers.
They're literally playing. They're like bump tag.
They're peacekeeping.
Yeah. Because the cops see themselves in these white men. That's why, man. And that's the whole thing.
That's why people piss me off when they say that there's no that there's no racism within the cops. It's a few bad apples.
And that's completely
but then the same people, you can look at the population of Muslims in the world, and by comparison, terrorists are a few bad apples.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, by comparison, number-wise, terrorists are just a few bad apples.
More Americans, more Americans.
There's a few that lose it and take on the whole cause and go and take it to a whole nother level.
In America, more Americans are killed by white men annually by going crazy than any brown person. Annually, more Americans are killed by crazy white men, including police, than anything else. So this issue to tie it all together is like this. The disenfranchisement specifically of black men in America, what Drew experienced, 100 motherfuckers telling him, fuck you, you're black, fuck you, you're black man, fuck you, is part of this whole system. What's happened in Charlottesville is nothing new. It's nothing new to any of us on the phone. It's nothing new to any of us. It's just some bullshit. Honestly, for me, I don't even keep up with it. Why? Because it's nothing new.
They got TV time.
It's TV time. And it's nothing new. To think that, race is still a problem? Oh, God, what are we gonna... It's shit. It's business as usual. Trump got elected. Of course, it's business. It's America being America, right? We're not surprised to it.
Yeah.
Drew going through his shit is a great example. And the fact that millions of men are going through this shit is example. It's business as fucking usual, right? It's just straight up a business game. And it's all about money because it's all about fucking money because exactly what Drew said. Drew drained his accounts, family, and so did old girl, but it's all, this whole court system is about fucking money. It's not about children. It's not about rights. It's about fuck the man's rights.
In serving. It's not about
justice.
Not about that. The only way you're gonna get anything, I mean, it's unfortunate, is for us men, we learn by going in the trenches, and really, at the end of the day, we have to do what I learned. Thank you, Eric, so much, and thank you, Joe. You're not on right now, but learning your rights and being fucking meticulous in the courtroom and filing these papers. And unfortunately, a lot of times we're on the backside of doing that, like our man Andrew here. But Eric,
because we yelling "fuck the laws, fuck the system" and everything, so we never think that we even have to learn it because we're like, we're just gonna stay away from it. We're not fucking with it.
Yeah,
but you gotta learn. You gotta have the knowledge of it. You gotta know your enemy, and they are the fucking enemies.
And what's fucked up to me is, and that's why I love that we're getting into this type of conversation here, is we need to be able to change. Like, we want to protect guys. We want to protect men who are trying to do the right thing and who are, trying to learn how to do it right. That's our goal. We want to help those men. But at the same time, we need to get the men within the system to recognize what's being done to men.
But check this. This is the problem with the system.
That's a problem. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. There's a problem because you got these male lawyers who will, because of the money, take the woman and fucking use the system. Because I told Will when he was talking to me about his shit, find yourself a Muslim man that can sympathize with you and use the racism within the system to help yourself. And that's what's fucked up is there's men, no matter what race or anything that they are, there's men that care so much more about money that are willing to let this woman, who honestly has no right because of how she went about it, but they are willing to take that money and shit all. Yeah, they're willing to take the money and shit all over this man who is doing what he's supposed to be. You brought your fucking kids from the Northeast to Texas and provided them a home to live in.
Mm-hmm.
And not only is she shitting on you, but the system itself is shitting on you as well. And that's why we're doing this.
Drew,
they're telling me doing the right thing is wrong.
Drew, take us back, dog. So take us back. You went to all these lawyers. You're staying now at the studio. You rarely see your kids. Your parents are like, you know what? We're gonna get in here. We want to intervene. Drew, you guys have some friction with your parents, but they're trying to get custody of the kids too. All right, take us from there, man. What's going on now?
Oh, this is perfect, too, that we got on the race thing, because this next fucking phase was fucking ridiculous, like some unknown shit. I got so depressed, I was like, fucking, man, I'm going to go up here and see my brother in another part of Texas. I was like, I need a vacation. Like, I can't take it. So I get in the car with my brother and one of my homeboys, you know what I'm saying, and his mom. They're in the front. They're white. They're in the front of the car, and I'm in the back seat, passenger side. We're driving, and I tell them to put the information in GPS. I'm like, here, I'm so tired and worn out. I fall asleep here in San Antonio. When I wake up, we're, 5-6 hours away from San Antonio. I wake up to flashing lights all around us. I look around, we're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, I'm talking about nowhere. There was nothing around us. It was pitch black. There was, like, broke down barns and shit around. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on right now? You know what I'm saying? I'm still half asleep. There's a fucking law at my window, like, banging on that shit, telling me to get the fuck out the car. Like, they're not at the driver's side. They're not at the passenger. They're in the back at my window. They snatch me out of the vehicle. I'm getting treated like bad as hell. They're talking all types of shit. I get taken off to jail under false charges of fucking methamphetamine, manufacturing, blase, all this shit. I ended up getting fucking kidnapped, bro, out the back of the vehicle. They didn't do shit to the two people in the car. They didn't do shit to the driver, to the passenger. I get kidnapped the fuck, bro. They took me to a jail, and they didn't put me in general population. They put me in some fucking, they stripped me naked, bro. I didn't have no drawers, no socks, nothing. I was butt-ass naked, and they threw me in this fucking little cell, bro. Bro, I was there for fucking 6 months, bro.
No.
Okay. So that's what happened when you disappeared.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's where I was when I disappeared for 6 months. That's where that happened. Yeah.
Just so you know, I was hitting up one of my homie's brothers. My homie died from, also named Andrew, oddly enough, but he died from a heroin overdose. Rest in peace, Andy. Yeah,
condolences on that, bro.
It was literally, it wasn't like, I want to say it was probably like 3 months after I went to his funeral over in Arizona. I got back to New Mexico, 3-4 months go by, and I'm seeing your homies in Texas posting shit about like helping you out, trying to get you out. And like, I am reaching out to these people who I never heard their voice in my life. And I'm telling them, like, yo, I need information. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Fuck happened?
What can I do to help? What happened? Why is he in there? Everything. I didn't get many answers, but like, that's why I hate this system,
bro.
I hate this system so much because of how we grew up. You know what I'm like? Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, diverse. We're so like, we're the United Nations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't give no fucks about a color or anything. We're all fucking. We have different personalities, different backgrounds, different.
We got along.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't get along. Like, I had more non-white friends than white friends my entire fucking life.
Exactly.
And it wasn't because I was trying to be some way. It was because that's who I
got along with people.
Yeah, I related to everyone. And, like, that's what drives me nuts about not only the system and what you're going through, but, like, just the shit that's going on in this country still.
Yeah,
like,
and, bro, this jail, like, this place that they took me, these places are everywhere. Like, this opened my eyes to so much shit, bro. Like, people couldn't even find me in the system. Like, they held me in this place butt-ass naked. Like, I went crazy, bro. I went to insanity, came back, went to insanity. I'm in this cell losing my fucking mind, bro. I'm sleeping on a metal bed, no mattress, no nothing. There's a fucking shower in there, but we don't have towels. We're not allowed anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I was a fucking slave. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit was bananas. They was fucking tortured. They gave us food in this little plastic container and shit, and they slide it in. The officers were abusive. Like, the shit was bananas, bro. It fucked my head up, and I done been through some shit.
That's what I was trying to say with my other homie Andrew. I had his brother, who is a corrections officer in a state penitentiary in Texas. I had him searching to find where you were.
You couldn't find me.
No, he couldn't. He couldn't. I knew you were locked up, but he couldn't find you. And because, like, he literally, like, he told me straight up, you came to my brother's funeral. Anything you ever need, let me know. And as soon as I found out you were locked up and he's in the area, I'm like, yo, Eddie, I need this favor, man. I need you to find my homie. He couldn't find you.
Nope.
Dog, I
had no idea. That's why,
guys. I popped back in right now. So Drew, I'm gonna catch up on it, but let me ask you this one, man. 6 months in the motherfucking can, dude. All I gotta ask is this, dog. Okay, couple questions. When did that happen? That happened in 2016.
That happened in 2015. Or it might, I think it might have been 2016.
It was 2016.
I can't remember. My mind was so fucked up. I couldn't
It was 2016 because my homie died in, I think, May or June of 2016, and then you went to jail.
So, dog, what were the charges?
I felt like a prisoner of war.
What was the charges?
That was the charge. They got me on manufacturing and delivering methamphetamines across state.
Motherfuckers.
But this is the fucked off thing. And I don't even fuck with that, bro.
So wait, who were the white people again, dog? Who were the white people?
Bro, it was there was my homeboy, like, he close as hell to me, and it was his mom. But they just moved down here. They had moved all the way down here from New Hampshire.
Did they set you up? Was it a setup?
No, they didn't set me up. They were just green to the system. They didn't know how to. They didn't know how to.
Did they find anything in the car?
Having a black person with them.
Did they find anything in the car?
I think they found some weed, bro. They found some weed in the car.
That's it.
And they even said it. They said it was like we write a ticket for this. You know what I'm saying? They're like, we'll write a ticket.
So
on
how are they even able to charge you with trafficking meth if there was no meth?
That's how we come to the end of my sentence. Like, I'm in here, and when I finally get out, I'm in 3 months. I was sitting in there butt naked in the whole little thing. 3 months I was in there. They finally moved me to general population after 3 months. You know what I'm saying? After they done, I guess, checked me, got me in order or whatever you want to call it. When I get in there, I find out the racist place that I'm at. As soon as I get in, it's all predominantly white. And they're like, oh, they called me Super Black. That was my nickname. They was like, oh, shit, here's a Super Black. That's all. They called me that from day one. But it was like, you're the coolest black guy I've ever known. And whoop-de-whoop. They was like, how the fuck did you end up here? We don't see many black people out here. And some people were like, you're the first black person I've ever seen, like, live and in person.
Fuck?
Yeah,
wow.
It was like I wasn't even in the world no more, bro.
Drew,
dog. I didn't know these places still existed.
Dog, what happened with this 5-hour trip from what was San Antonio or Dallas to the middle of nowhere? What happened, dog?
I have no idea.
Where were you supposed to go? I
have no idea. I was supposed
why
to
were
go
you
to
in the car
Mineral
with
Wells.
Why were you in the car with these folks to begin with? It was like, I'm getting a ride somewhere? What was the situation?
Yeah, they were giving me a ride because Crystal had taken everything, so I don't have a vehicle. I don't have nothing no more. And I told them
you said you were trying to just go clear your mind.
Yeah, I just needed a vacation. I was like, and my bro, I was going to go over to my homeboy's house up there in Mineral Wells. He had his own crib, and we was just going to chill. And he lives out in the country, so we was going to relax and enjoy nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was supposed to be all good and gravy. I never made it to him.
Escape, dog. Escape. Okay. So here we are, dog. This happens in fucking 2016. Fuck, that's insane. They do charge you or they don't charge you? They do charge you, right?
Okay, I'm supposed to be charged, but when we finally take it to trial and everything, and by the graces of God, I got the coolest lawyer in the world. You know what I'm saying? He comes in, he was like, yo, I'm going to let you know one thing. We're not taking no plea. He's like, I already know the situation you're in, because he was like, the only other black person that's ever been in that county, he represented. And he said he was a pro athlete, and they gave him 25 years for having one marijuana blunt on him.
What the fuck, dog?
Yes. So I'm sitting there like, fuck, I'm screwed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm fucked, because they're trying to label me like I'm some kingpin, and they ain't even got no evidence against me.
Motherfuckers.
So this shit but he tells me, he was like, we're going to fight. He was like, we're going to fight, bro. Like, I'm going to make sure, I'm going to do my best. I can't guarantee you're going to get out, but we're going to do it. We went through the trial. And when we went through the trial, all we had to do was have them play back the cop tapes. Like the cop cam, we played all those tapes back. The lawyer got back to us in a week saying, we're dropping all charges.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Oh, Drew, my man, I'm giving you a virtual hug, homie. Man, that is some fucking crazy shit. Son.
That was the best feeling I had ever. It was a mixed emotions, because they just stole 6 months of my life. 3 months of it, they tortured me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fucked off in my head. But now they're gonna let me go like you're wrongfully accused. That was my charges. Now they're like, you're wrongfully accused, and everything's dismissed.
No recompensation. No recompensation.
They even stole. That's the other thing. I had my CDs, because I had just dropped my album. I had my CD money. I had $3,000. I had all my savings on me. They stole all my money.
They took that. Yeah.
They stole everything. They didn't give me nothing. They said it just got lost in the system. I got a letter.
No.
I got a letter 2 months later. They said I donated to the police department.
Yeah. It's like civil forfeiture or some shit like that.
They sent me a fucking it wasn't even linked to anything. They just said that I voluntarily donated to it was a letter. It said, thank you for donating to the Mineral Wells Police Department. That's what it said. They sent me a fucking letter saying this.
Drew, I'm not even playing. Eric, Drew, I'm not even playing, man. We could raise this fucking shit up to a campaign. I know it sounds like no, but we totally could. So, but Eric, we're gonna brainstorm, homie, Drew.
I'm down with that, like a GoFundMe or something. But I need to know.
How we got to where I'm at now.
What are you facing now?
I finally just got out and everything, right? Now I'm out. So the fucked up thing is, the whole time I was locked up, everybody, I have like over like hundreds and hundreds of members in my fucking studio and people under my record label and under my company. Nobody fucking helped me. Like, everybody turned their back on me. The only person that fucking reached out to me while I was in jail was my fucking ex-wife.
Wow.
She literally put money on my books. That's the only way that I ate. That's the only way that I got any commissary. And it fucked my head up, because all these people that I had been taking care of and cutting for was nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, son of a fucking bitch. So when I get out, she's like, well, you can come around and you can see your kids. And I'm all fucked up in my fucking head from being tortured and all this stupid shit. I fucking believe it. So I don't come around to stay, but I come around for my kids. I take them to school. I'm going to the graduations and everything, but I'm not living in this house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm coming and I'm handling my father duties, and I'm loving it because I'm like, I get time with my kids. Cool, this is the business. I took my, now we're up to the past couple of months. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for the past, it was 3 months when I got released, and now it's 3 months later after these charges and shit hit. Well, for those 3 months, I was taking care of my kids. Well, I got in contact with my ex-baby mama, and I took my 2 sons to the zoo. Now, when I took them to the zoo, I posted those pictures on fucking Instagram and shit. This drove my ex-wife crazy. She did the same shit to me, except she did it worse. I went over there to go pick up my kids to take them to summer camp, like I have been doing every day for summer. When I walk in the door, I get knocked over the head with something. All of a sudden, I'm in a whole situation and shit with her, and all this shit turns in the fucking law is getting called, and she does the same shit she did, except she takes them around the house and says that I have weapons, and I have body armor, and I have all this other shit. So now I'm a fucking felon in possession of weapons, in possession of body armor. They're saying that I live there, and right there they take me straight into the fucking cop car. She's saying, again, she used the same story she did before, saying, oh, he abused me and all this, had my kids saying it and
Drew,
all this other shit.
Drew, homie Drew, hit the pause button, bro. I got slightly confused, and I just want to make sure I got it straight. When you were in the can, dog, the crazy ex-wife is putting money on your books. Did I get it correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So then that does fuck with you, because that fucked with me understanding this whole story. So you get out and you're like, you know what? Okay, she inviting me. I'm gonna be dad. I want to see my kids. So you're doing that, thinking that, okay, there's some kind of understanding right here, and then
we can be cordial.
Right, cordial. Yes, correct. I like that word, cordial. So same ex-wife, crazy ex-wife sets you up again. But right before we go into it, hit the pause, bro. Where is the white lady? Where's the white girl at? And your
she has her own crib. We got her own crib. She has her own crib and everything.
Is she going cool? Is everything cool with her at this point in time?
Yeah, everything's cool with her. Everything's cool with her.
Okay, so
everything's all good and good.
We're not talking about her at all in this scenario. Crazy ex sets you up again, knocks you upside the head, calls the cops. All right, cops come arrest you. All right, so they arrest you. What's the new charges?
While I'm in the car, I'm sitting here like, all right, they're going to get me for this domestic disturbance or whatever she done said. I'm thinking it's going to be the same thing as the first. They come out and say, well, she took us around the house and she pointed out these weapons and shit and says that they're yours. There are no questions. They just told me, so you're getting charged with possession of these weapons. You're getting charged with, she told the cops that I tried to shoot my kids.
Fucking crazy.
She told them all of this shit. Yes. So they're not even asking questions. They're automatically like, fuck it, you're guilty of this. They put me in the car, and my car is parked in her driveway. I'm watching, sitting right there. She going through my car, taking all my shit that I have in my car.
God, Drew.
Smiling right in front of the cops. Like right in front of them. She's flicking me off and shit and smiling, taking it into her house. And at this moment, I'm sitting here flipping out like, oh, my God. And I'm yelling at the cops. I'm like, y'all just going to let her take my shit like that? And he's like, I'm going to go check it out. The cops go over there and start helping her look through my car.
Fuck them. Fuck the cops, man. That's all they fucking do, man. That's all they do is take the woman's side. Don't matter. You know what, Drew and Eric? It's only until you're fucking dead. And then when you're fucking dead, you know what they say? Well, he did it to himself. Fuck all these assholes, man. So, Drew, fuck them all. You watch him do that. Tell us what happens next, man.
So now I'm off to jail again. Here I go, back to jail once again. I had the money on me. Like, she didn't know I had my money in my bank account and shit. I bonded myself the fuck out. So I get bonded out, and they put a GPS fucking bracelet on my fucking ankle, which I'm on now. And they assigned me to a house. I'm not even anywhere. I had to come to that homeboy, the ones that were driving. I'm at their house presently. That's where I'm at.
Wow.
This is where I'm assigned. So I'm not in my studio, not at my baby mama's. I'm not at my ex-wife's. I'm at somebody else's complete other house that's outside of the city of where the fuck I stay at.
Wow.
Drew,
and this is where the fuck I have been for the past 3 months.
Dog. So what? Okay, so wow, Drew, homie.
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about what's on the plate in front of court. What are the charges? What court dates and what are they for that you got right now?
Well, I have court tomorrow. And I just met with the lawyers today, and they have 3. She set me up with 3 felonies and a misdemeanor.
Oh, I'm so happy we made this phone call today, man.
Nah, because I only have a month maximum. I have a month maximum now.
Felonies for what?
Before I'm going to jail. Felonies possession of firearms. Apparently, she had assault rifle, shotgun, and body armor. Felony possession of body armor.
Okay.
And then the family
in the
family
car.
Violence. No, all this
or
was in the house.
in her house.
In her
oh my God.
Okay.
The house you weren't living in.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's keep going through it.
Jesus.
Keep going through it. What are the other items? What are the other?
She don't go to jail for it, but I'm there. And then family violence. Continuous family violence.
Okay.
She did this before. Now this is the second one. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a misdemeanor of deadly conduct or some shit. Because she said that I tried to fucking shoot my kids, which is fucking stupid.
So,
if I'm going to try to shoot anybody, I would.
So
you know what I'm saying? Ain't no trying.
What'd your lawyer say? What'd your lawyer say?
So since I now have no money because I spent it to get out and shit, I have a court-appointed lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And they bring to my attention because while I was in jail, I was told that I got my divorce and all those old cases were dropped. You know what I'm saying? The one from 2015. So I'm like, cool. I'm like, all right. I come to find out that all of these cases are still open. The restraining order was all in play. She had been lying about everything. Like this whole time she had been lying about it. She'd been setting me up again. She was broke. She had no money. She ain't had shit. You know what I'm saying? So I guess her play was to get all my shit again so she could steal it from me again. Now, I just met with the lawyers today. Yeah, I just met with the lawyers today, and they're telling me that they're offering a plea agreement because since this is the case from back in 2015, also combined with it, I got to go straight to trial. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, either you're going to go to trial and face 35 years plus.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. For her lying and setting me up. Or I take this plea agreement for 4 years, or try to go for probation. And if I don't get probation, then they're going to give me 8 years. I was like, fuck that, go for probation. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, if you're going to give me time, give me time. So I'm shooting for probation, but if they deny it, then I get 8 years minimum.
Where does your what about the
worst?
Eric, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Will, man. The worst part about this is that I know you.
Yeah.
Yo,
I know who you are.
You know my mentality and everything.
So
yeah. This shouldn't even be a situation that you have to go through
America
just because of who you are.
America, man.
Like, I'd never lay my hands on a fucking female. Like, I respect women so much. I would never do anything bad to my children. And I'm getting convicted of all these things of exactly the opposite of my character.
America.
And this is mainly based on the fact. I can't insinuate that, but
on the words of a jealous person.
Okay, so I'm right in assuming that if she wanted to, she could step up and say something and end all.
Because as soon as she gets me in custody, now it's the state. It's the state that's pursuing everything. Yep.
Okay.
So she could say whatever she wants to, but they're just going to be like, nope, we're pursuing this now.
Yeah, it completely. God. When you bring in the felony charges, it's the state versus the person. So, homie, let me ask you this one, man.
Yeah, because I'm a felon.
Yeah, right. So, according to your lawyer or the lawyer, did you guys talk about evidence? What did they say about evidence of any of this shit?
They're saying that the whole thing was they had it all lined up on the board. She had my kids call. The kids were interviewed by the cops. She told them what to say. So the kids say all of their collaborating her whole story. So basically, it's me against her and my kids. They're like, this is an uphill battle. And seeing as I have 3 felony charges for one case, and then I have the felony charges for one in 2015. You get what I'm saying?
No,
this is going to be fucking crazy.
No, time out. I'm sorry, bro, because I know a little bit. I know just a little bit. And for a felony charge, right? Felony is criminal. You have to, what they have, that famous little line, it says, beyond a reasonable doubt you've committed XYZ crime. Beyond, not a reasonable doubt, not a preponderance. I was in court on what was it? On Tuesday. And for that, I just needed what they call a preponderance of evidence, right? But then you have reasonable doubt and then beyond reasonable doubt. For felony charges, criminal charges, you have to have beyond reasonable doubt. And the testimony of a minor, in a lot of places, a testimony of a minor does not give you beyond a reasonable doubt. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a reasonable doubt.
You would think so, right?
So, dog, let me ask you, the kid's testimony.
In Texas, they're different.
Yeah.
And here in Texas, they automatically take the side of the female, and you have to prove the female wrong.
And you're black. You're a black male. So it's like you struggling 100 strokes backwards against these motherfuckers. God, dog, what city you in again? What city you in again?
In Texas, San Antonio, Texas.
Motherfuckers. So Drew. All right.
Black guy in San Antonio.
So what do the attorneys say about the likelihood of the probation?
They're not even reinsuring me that anything's positive. Like, they're making it where I even think that we can beat one case. So I'm sitting here looking at the other cases, like, and they're like, so this is a plea from the state. They're like, will you plead guilty to one of these charges and we'll drop all the other ones?
You're not
and we'll
guilty,
give you 4 years.
Sure.
Exactly.
Dog,
that's exactly
Drew,
my argument. But they're like, it doesn't matter if you're guilty or not. Proving it's going to be fucking hard.
Dog,
obviously from that statement there, I already did not have confidence in my legal team because I'm like, they're going to fucking sell me up the river. So if I take this to trial, they're not even going to defend me in the right way, and I'm going to get asked out because it's happened to me before. That's how I became a felon in the first place.
I've had to deal with a public defender before, and if it wasn't for me myself saying something, I would have been in prison for 7 years.
No,
dog.
No.
Because my prosecutor during my case, and this was back in fucking 2007, long time ago, but the prosecutor was like, "Yeah, we're recommending the full prosecution of the law," and my lawyer was like, yeah, we couldn't come to an agreement. I was like, hold on a minute. I thought you said we had an agreement.
Yep.
And then he looked at his paperwork again. And then I looked over at the prosecutor, and he looked at his paperwork again. And they were like, oh, shit. Yeah, this is his first time he's been in trouble, technically, according to the United States of America. But this is the first time he's been in trouble. We agreed on the first offenders program. Had I not said anything, they thought that I was one of the 5 pedophile cases they saw that day. There was 2 before me. One guy was 55. The next guy was 46. The 55-year-old was fucking with a 13-year-old, bought her a cell phone to call him. And the 46-year-old was fucking with a 9-year-old. Then it was me, and then 3 guys after me. They thought I was one of the fucking pedophile
dudes,
and they were
just going to on your record.
Dog,
throw me the fuck away.
You got out of that shit.
I not said anything.
Let's talk, Drew.
I wound up with 4 years probation. I did 2, got off on early because of good behavior.
So Drew.
See, now this is your side. Flip it on this is how I got my first felony. It was the same situation, public defender. He was like, yo, we're good. We're going to get this case thrown out and all of this, everything's good. We get into the fucking court and he goes and talks up to the damn prosecutor and he comes back and he's like, we'll accept 6 years. We'll accept 6 months PDC, 6 months state jail. And I'm looking at him like, wait a second, didn't you just say that we're all good and that there's no evidence to get me convicted? And he was like, well, you're going to have to take this charge because this is all that they're offering. And I went to speak up and they told me to shut the fuck up right there in court.
Wow. See,
and you will shut up in my court. And I got let straight out and I served my first felony right there.
I want to bring this up because it kind of ties into the race thing as well. But as we've been talking about the system itself, this is the problem, and it's the same with teachers and public defenders and anyone that's paid through the state. They get minimal money to provide minimal service.
Mm-hmm.
If we could get these people paid properly, not only would our kids be smarter, but
be safer.
We wouldn't have to worry about people getting fucked by some dude because there is a public defender in the town that I live in. The town I live in is not big. It's a tiny fucking town. This guy has had over 3 DUI arrests, and while one of my other homies was fighting a case and in jail here in town, his lawyer showed up in jail in fucking handcuffs for a DUI He was let out the next day and taking meetings with people in the fucking jail.
Dude, it's all a buddy-buddy system, man. All these lawyers, public defender, it don't matter if you in little town Texas, little town here, or a big town, it's all buddy-buddy, man. Even the lawyers.
Yeah, they pretend to be enemies, but they sit down and eat lunch together.
Man.
They go out to the bars together. They
They're all fucking friends, man. It's bullshit. That's the only thing we got, really. Even if you got money, they still buddy-buddy. It's just how much of that fucking money I'm gonna get. It's all a fucking game in this system, man. The system.
Or you can have somebody who actually gives a fuck, like that one lawyer that I got in that racist-ass town. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't getting paid nothing, and he did his job to the maximum.
He had personal integrity. He had personal integrity. Yeah. It was something within him that said, you know what, I want to be a fucking human being. And you know what, unfortunately, that's
his job.
That's rare.
That's what I think. That with the system, that's how I think it should work. The people with actual personal integrity who are actually taking care of people, they're the ones that should be getting.
They should be the public defenders.
Well, guys,
just like and they should be getting paid to do the right thing, just like teachers who are actually there to teach kids and want to see kids succeed should be getting paid.
That's not what we're seeing right now. That's
just
not
like same with cops. Same with cops. Cops who are actually there doing their fucking jobs should be getting paid.
Right.
People who sign up because they want to have a fucking badge and a gun, they should suffer for their fucking actions.
It goes deeper than even signing up to have a badge and a gun. You have to think of it. This is from being in my demographics and where I'm from and everything and where I'm residing at. The cops are now infiltrated because back in the day, the gangs and all like the mob and all of these people, they wanted to infiltrate the system for power. They would raise young people to go and be lawyers and raise them to go be cops so that they would have control of the of the system themselves. Now, decades later, these people are in there. So now the cops are the biggest gang in the world.
100.
Oh, yeah.
Besides the military.
That's
so
it.
now we have a whole bunch of
No.
We have a whole bunch of gangsters and mobsters and shit that are in there and running it just like the gang.
Exact.
With the technology that the cops have been given by the military, I think the cops can take on the military other than planes.
Yeah, they can, literally. If they all combine together,
they literally
if the military ever tried the cops, until the cops brought in the, all the big weapons and tanks and all that shit, they give them a fucking fight for the fucking better than most of the fucking countries that were fucking attacking.
So Drew,
it would be a fight. It would be a fucking fight.
Drew, tomorrow, what are you expecting, man?
Shit, from what I'm expected to go sit my ass down and waiting for them to fucking draw out the day, make me wait for everybody else to fucking get convicted and shit. And then I'm expecting them to sit down and make me plea and admit to things that I didn't do and be regretful and, play a fucking role just so that I can get a lower sentence on some shit that ain't my fucking fault.
So there's no faith in saying, where's the evidence? Where's the fucking beyond a reasonable doubt? Where's it at?
No.
Where the fuck is it?
Yeah, where's the fucking 100%?
It's going to be none of it. My lawyers are basically sitting there like, shit, there's no point, bro. It's like, shit, take this deal. And I don't have the money or the time to sit here and fire them and go try to find somebody who's actually going to give a fuck about me and represent me in the right way. So it's either I take this deal for 4 years, which could stretch into 8 to 10 years, or I take 35 years plus.
Fuck.
Drew, man,
and the best thing I can hope for is that when I go apply for probation, that they give me 8 years probation. That's the best shining light that I can possibly hope for. Which is even fucked up itself, but it's like, fuck it. If I get that probation, I will feel so blessed and I will be so happy. Just because I'm and wrongfully accused and incarcerated once again.
This is just so fucked up, man.
I'm real happy that you hit me up today.
Most of.
And I'm real happy that Will was available to be able to record this for us today.
Yeah,
because
bro.
I honestly, if it does go bad, I want you to know I'm there with you. Like I've got several people in my life who have been to prison or are in prison, and I'm with them every fucking day.
No, I appreciate that, man.
And I want you to know that. But in case shit does go bad tomorrow, basically, like, I'm wrapping up here because I know everybody's got to go. I know Will's got to get to sleep, but not only do I want you to make sure before you hit court, just do what you can to try to talk to your fucking kids one more time before you go in.
Honestly, I gave up, bro. I can't. Like, that's what I made that promise that I'm not going to be able to see my kids until I'm 18 because they're going to be around her, and I can't risk it.
Do what you can. Maybe even just talk to your parents and say, hey, this is what I'm facing. Can you just go get them so I can see them one more time in case? But for me and for them, like, I'm happy we got to get you on here.
Yeah, most of man. Appreciate
tell your story too. But if anything, step outside, look up, and take that in one more time. Because even if you can't be around your kids, even if everything's stacked against you, I want you to be able to look up and know that there is more out there for you. And if you happen to go away, like I said, I'm there with you, and I'm going to do anything I can to try to fucking help you out. If I can get to the right person to get you money, I'll do anything I can, because honestly, you don't deserve to go.
Yeah, I feel that in my heart too, bro.
Yo, Drew, homie, we've never met each other, man. And I'm over here in District of Confusion, man, the capital of fucking bullshit. I want to tell you this, homie, man. Triple what Eric just said on all what he just said, man. But if you get incarcerated, homie, and this is I'm thinking exactly what I would do, man. Brother to brother, heart to heart, man to man, dog. I would, if you get incarcerated, dog. How old are you right now, man?
Shit, 32.
32. You still young, dog. And you know what? You're gonna get. I'm telling you, Drew. You're gonna get the fuck out of this. You know why, man? You're a G. You're a fucking grown-ass man. The shit you went through and got to already, man, one of those things knocks most men down, dude. You got through this. And listen, Drew, straight up, it's all a mindset. It's all a paradigm. This is your paradigm. Yeah. You're a champion. You're a fucking soldier. You're going to get through this. That's your mindset, dog. You're going to get locked up. Guess what, dog? Use that. Guess what? Go to Drew Malcolm X stage. Malcolm X stage. Yeah. Dog. Design your new plan, because it's going to be over. You're going to get out. You're going to get through this shit, dog. Trust me, you're going to get out. Go Malcolm X. Acquire whatever massive amount of knowledge on the new game plan that you're going to mastermind when you get out, dog. And you know what, dog? Master that shit to a fucking detail that the new master plan only Drew knows about. And when you get released, fuck getting released, it initiates fucking now, dog. You're gonna master it during that time, that personal time, and then when you get out, dog, the fucking plan is in stage 2, because you just did planning. Now it's in fucking effect, dog. That's honestly my real talk, dog. Do you believe in the spirit and higher consciousness and God? Do you believe in that, man? And something?
Yeah, I do.
Well, Drew, I'm telling you, dog, tap into that, because you know what? Real fucking talk. Dog, real talk, like Eric said, this is all just a fucking game, dog. You already know this. This is not reality. This is not real. This is fucking fake, dog. Yeah, physically you're incarcerated, but on the real, everyone knows it's fucking fake, dog. You do. The system's fake. It's all fucking fake. And you know what, dude? God got your back, dog. 100%. Yeah. The justice is real. And when our body's put in the ground, your spirit's going to live on, and the realness lives on. Your kids are going to get it. Your kids are going to get it. Every evil motherfucker involved in this picture, dog, they know they did wrong. And you know what? That shit is going to come back to them. That shit is going to come back to them times 100. Your kids are going to grow up. Maybe not right now. Maybe not tomorrow. But they're going to grow up and say, man, at one point, they're going to say, my dad was phenomenal. He went through so much shit, and he's a mastermind, man. He did so much because you're such a fucking G, dog. That's my 2 cents, dog, is go to fucking Drew Malcolm X stage. So when you get out, dog, on this other side, this whole new plan that's even 10 times better. No one's gonna be able to fuck with you at all, son. No one. Your castle's gonna be so sturdy. No one's gonna fuck with you, dog. Drew, honestly, man, my hat's off to you, man. It's tremendously, because the whole story you told me was nothing but a fucking soldier. A fucking soldier. Even right now, you're handling this like a fucking G, dog. A fucking G. So my heart's with you, dog. My heart's with you. My prayers with you, dog. And I feel like we're gonna meet and talk again, dog. And I'm gonna be so fucking in awe and have so much the respect is just gonna even triple fold because I'm saying, wow, this dude I spoke with this dude and look at him, he's still a fucking G, a mastermind like this. That's all that's happening, man. My heart and prayers with you, man. But I know you're gonna get through this shit, dog.
Most definitely, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that for sure.
Oh, I just like I said, you know, I'm not a god dude. Yeah. But like I said, I'm with you if that happens to happen. But if it doesn't, definitely hit me up, let me know. And I'd like to get you on more to be a regular, just because I know you have a lot that you've been through and you can help a lot of people. But if you happen to go away for any reason, like I said, I'm there with you. Try to get a hold of me. Let me know anything that I can fucking do. Write my fucking number down and swallow it and spit it back out when you get in fucking jail. I don't care. Whatever you got to do, man. Just keep in touch with me. But like I said, man, I appreciate you hitting me up. I'm so happy that Will was available on such short notice. And we'll get this up. I'll definitely tag you in it. Share it with all your people. Get them to share it so that we can get everything out there that we need to and help you at the same time. That way when people are like, hey, what's going on with Andrew from episode 4, we'll have an answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they'll get updated because a lot of people don't know.
And like I said, I'm with you. You got my number, especially if you don't get locked up any fucking time, man. If you're going through anything, hit me up. I know you've made an impression on Will. I've known Will since we were in fucking 8th or 9th grade. And like I said before, it's certain people that they're there with me. And I feel the connection through the two of you having never even met or seen each other. And I know from what he said, I get a better feeling that I think you're going to be all right.
No.
I really do. I think you're going to be all right.
I will be, bro.
Yeah.
You got this, man.
And that's battle it. And like I said, man, hit me up. Even like I can only give you so much advice on the legal side, but just personally, if you just need to get shit out, man, just hit me up because I fucking love you to death, dude.
I love you too, bro.
I don't want to see anything happen to you to where, and when you do get through this legal shit, I want you to hit me up all the time because we need to fight this fucking battle. I want you with your fucking kids. Yeah. And that's what me and Will and Joe and this whole podcast is about. We are about men who are men being able to be men for their kids. So I want to help you fucking fight for that. Because that is my bottom line, and that's why I wanted to get you on here. And that's why I jumped at this fucking chance when you hit me up, because that's what we are about, is showing our kids that we're men and showing the world what men are.
Yeah.
We might make mistakes, but like I said, I'm with you, man, and let's fight this shit. Let's get you out, and then we're going to fight the next battle together. I don't give a shit.
Hell yeah, most of, bro. And Will, I don't even know you, bro, but I got much love for you, bro. Like, real shit, bro. You got a mind on you, respect to it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Third eye is wide open.
Drew, man, it's, man. Eric, you know Eric, I know Eric. We're all home, dude. We're brothers, man. And like I said, man, we triple everything Eric just said, my man. Please keep us posted, man. It's all gonna work out, dog. I could just tell it. You're such a G, man. It's all gonna work out, man. But please keep us posted.
Yeah, most of, everything happens for a reason. No matter how fucked up shit is, everything's going on for a reason.
They say God
There's a war that's coming on this world, so whatever. I guess soldiers have to be raised in the way, right?
Gold don't know it's gold unless it gets burnt, man. That's what they say. You put anything else through the fire, it's gonna crumble. You put gold, hey, it's gold. You know what I mean? They also say that God only puts a test. God only tests you knowing what you can bear, dog. That means you're holding up a lot, dog, because you can handle this, man, and you're gonna come out. You're a champion already. This is just. It's gonna be more proof. So. Keep us posted, G.
Most of. Got you.
All right, well,
having me, bro. You already know it.
Oh yeah, man. No, we appreciate you coming through, man. This needed to be heard. But Will, as always, let me know when it's up, man. I'll get the message on my phone anyway, but I'll tag you in it, Andrew. Make sure that you're able to hear it. And I'm hoping that you're not locked up when it happens, but even so, you might have access to a computer. Fucking jail's crazy nowadays, but
yeah.
I love you. I love you both to death, man, and I'm so happy I got to have this conversation. And Andrew, I'm probably gonna call you right after this, just to just further talk, just to make sure I get to have a conversation. Got to help my daughter with her homework real quick, but
good.
Will,
again, man, enjoy that.
Let me know when it's up and ready, Will. And Drew, I'm gonna call you here in a minute, but I love you both. I'm happy we got to do this. But we'll go ahead and end it for now, man.
All right.
Most that. Love you too, bro. Appreciate you, man. Salute to you, bro.
Yeah. All right. Later.